Hello. I would like to talk about the inherent racism in the current conversations about football and nationality and about the underperforming of English players. So about 6 weeks ago, the new FA chairman, I think his name's Greg Dyke, he said that there are too many foreigners in the game, right? And everyone was like, yeah, you're right, there are too many foreigners in the game. And the foreigners, that's why there are only like four English players in the Premier League playing every day, and all that kind of stuff. And everyone was writing about, yeah, he's so right, there's so many foreigners. Why are people allowed to say that there's too many foreigners? That's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, if in any other business, that's wrong. Because it's about if you're the best, surely you're allowed to, the whole point, like England wants to have the best scientists, whether they're from Slovenia or Brazil, if the whole faculty of scientists at a university were not English, it's good because you've got scientists. Why is it okay to say that there's too many foreigners about? That's weird, isn't it? That's okay. That's strange that everyone just accepts it. Everyone's like, yeah, you're right, there are too many foreigners. Is that not... I'll tell you what the problem is. It's not that there are too many foreigners, right, for England. The problem is England are not good enough. English players are not good enough. They're not coached well enough. In Spain, France, Germany and Italy, the amount of UEFA accredited coaches they have with UEFA B, A and Pro licenses ranges from 22,000 to about 35,000, right? So in Spain they have about, like, let's say they have 30,000 coaches. In France they have like 32,000. In Germany they have like nearly 40, right? In Italy they have like 26,000 coaches. In England, you know what the number is? About 2,000. So the problem isn't the foreign players, it's the whole coaching system, and in fact the English players just aren't good enough. Let's face it, your players aren't good enough. But certain teams with really good academies aren't complaining that there's too many foreigners, are they? Manchester United, who have had a youth player in the squad, and it used to be in the starting lineup until about 2011, but since 1930, in every single team that Manchester United have put out or on the squad, they've had a youth player, right? They're not complaining about there's too many foreigners, they just make better players. Crew Alexandra, at the end of last season, fielded an 11 of purely academy-produced players. They're not complaining about too many foreigners. Southampton are playing James Ward-Prowse, who's 18 in midfield, and they're playing Luke Shaw, who's 18 at left back, and they've developed the likes of Gareth Bale, Theo Walcott, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. They're not complaining about too many foreigners. How about you make better players and you stop this xenophobic and, quite frankly, racist rhetoric of there's too many foreigners about, taking our jobs, coming over here and playing football really well, right? So I can, yeah, I love my Spanish player, but he shouldn't be here. What's all that about? How is this okay, right? And what I also want to, what that links onto, for me, is this new thing, this new ideology, this new party that will form, and it's called lad culture, which for me is a xenophobic, misogynistic front for the young Tories, right? If you know anything about lad culture, what you do is you say something racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, something really offensive, and then you hashtag top, hashtag T-O-P, all in small case, and then in all uppercase, lad, you put lad. So you put something as terrible as on the University Lad and Lad Bible Facebook and Twitter pages who have millions of followers and likes, right? They put, one of my friends shared, and he's now not my friend on Facebook, he shared a picture of a woman on the Lad Bible site who was chopping, for some reason, I don't know why she was doing it, chopping carrots on the train, on a tube, crowded tube. She had a chopping board, she was chopping some carrots, which is fair enough, she's not hurting anyone, right? And they put, making sure when her hubby comes home, he's not hungry. Good girl. Hashtag Bants, B-A-N-T-S, B-A-N-T-Z. And then that had like 100,000 likes. That's what this whole lad culture thing is. And it's also, they want Boris Johnson to be Prime Minister because they had like a picture of like, oh, Boris for PM, hashtag top lad, hashtag Tory lad. Lad, again in uppercase, right? So, this is awful. This needs to be stopped. They are terrible people and they're infiltrating, for me, the global working class language of football. It's a language that we can all speak, other than Americans, but they're clocking on. Because FIFA, I'm hearing, is the #1 played game in college campuses, which is fantastic because they've stopped, it means they're not playing Call of Duty and murdering brown people, right? So, what we need to do is stop this rhetoric of saying there's too many foreigners. Jack Wilshere brave English lion heart, spirit, bulldog, lion heart, Wembley, lion heart, English bulldog tackling Jack Wilshere, said that Adnan Januzaj, who plays for Manchester United, shouldn't play for England because only English people should play for England. Let me tell you something, Jack. You do not decide who is English. The newspapers ran with that. He said that, you know, only English-born players play for it. Apparently, he didn't say that. So what he did say was that English people should play for England. So players like Wilfried Zaha, who was born in the Ivory Coast, or Berahino at West Brom, who was born in Burundi, and players like, who else? Who else have we got? We've got Raheem Sterling, who was born in Jamaica. Are they English? What does that mean? You didn't specify whether you meant English born or not, but what makes someone English? You said that if you go to Spain for 5 years and you've never played for a country and you become naturalized citizen, you're not Spanish. But the thing is, you're allowed to play for Spain. That's why Spanish teams have players in their team who they're trying to get Douglas Costa, Diego Costa, whatever his name is, from Atletico Madrid, who's Brazilian, because they realise that the best players need to play for Spain, right? What do you mean by only English people? Do you understand that that is very close to right-wing fascist rhetoric? Because nationalism in an imperialist country is basically fascism. Let's be real, right? Any other country, I'm from Eritrea. If Eritreans are being nationalist about, hey, we're a great country and stuff, that's fine generally because we've been oppressed for a long time. But for an imperial superpower like England to say, I'll tell you who's English and go, you know what I mean, they shouldn't play for, they don't really are, like, I'm going to tell you where you're from, it's quite strange. Maybe you should have a deep think about what you're saying and how damaging it is. Because Adnan Januzaj comes from the country of Kosovo. He was born in Belgium, but he comes from Kosovo. If he wants to play for any country he wants to, he can play for it, right? I know what I'm talking about right now. I'm kind of waffling a little bit. But the point is, you should not tell anyone where they are from. I've got a British passport. I was born in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, but I'm Eritrean. You do not tell me that I am from any of those places or that I'm not from any of those places. If you tell me I'm British, I'll be severely offended and very angry. But if you tell me that I can't call myself British, what's going on there? What gives you the right to take away someone's nationality and what someone decides is theirs? And that's the main point of this. So basically, yeah, just stop all the racism in football, and especially the racism that's not, you know, calling anyone, you know, John Terry calling someone, what do you call someone, a black C word, or, you know, he probably says the N word a lot. But the point is, it's racism that is very much supported by the middle class football writers who are saying, yeah, there's too many foreigners in the game and it's all about them coming over and stopping English players developing, when really you should make better players. English players are crap. How about you sort out your team?